Next question. I'm going to read off my monitor here. I know you've answered this question so many times and I've heard and read the answer, but I can't remember it. Why does our dog seem to have more energy after a plant day than a meat day? Well, where dogs are concerned, there's two factors at work there. One is that plant foods don't require a lot of energy to be digested, and that's because a lot of the nutrients, especially the amino acids and the sugars, in the case of fruit especially, are free. They're not bound together like they are in meat and other parts of animals. So they don't have to be taken apart. That's why sometimes when we hear fruit talked about in health circles, it is called the pre-digested food, because we don't have to do as much, our bodies don't have to do as much work getting the nutrients into where they belong in the body. So that's one part of it. The other part of it, and some people will see this as different behaviors in their dog. Some people will call it foraging. Some people will call it playfulness. Just depends on your dog. But it seems to, plant foods seem to trigger in the dog the idea or the need to stay alert for feeding opportunities. They seem to know innately that when they're eating plant foods, they can't be sustained on that long term. So they must always stay alert to feeding opportunities, and that means, you know, foraging, bunny chasing, running off into the woods, chasing whatever smell that they might smell. You might just see that behavior more after a plant day than a meat day. Now, if you were to feed very dense plant foods, like some people are doing as an experiment, like with lentils and, you know, feeding lentils and quinoa a few times a week or whatever, like some people are doing, not RMFers, but I think there are some RMFers that are experimenting with that. But if you're doing that, I'm not really sure if you would see that playfulness, that same playfulness or energy or foraging behavior or whatever it is that you see after a plant day on when the dog has eaten something very dense like that. So I don't know, that's an open question, but that's the answer.